Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. We are making the cutest one-page pockets that can easily be customized. These are the same tutorial, just two different styles. So go with your favorite papers, your favorite colors, and create something beautiful today. Feel free to use whatever papers you want, but if you want the exact papers I used, I have the digital kit linked in the description of this video. It is called Rosewood Estate and it is super beautiful. There are so many elements and just a plethora of beautiful tidbits, tags, envelopes, everything you can imagine to create something beautiful. And there are two ways to get this kit. I have it on my Etsy, and I also have it available if you join our little monthly kit club during the month of June. This is the kit you will get. So again, everything is linked in the description of this video. And without further ado, let's just jump into the tutorial for today. I was actually playing around with papers and created this gorgeous thing, and I absolutely love it. Just the embellishments, the colors, everything was just beautiful, and I love the shape of it as well. So this is the one I made, and I actually made an Instagram reel for this one, but I wanted to show you the longer form tutorial that actually gives all the proper measurements and everything. So let's get into that. I am starting with an 8x8 piece of paper. You can use a lighter weight cardstock or just regular weight copy paper, depending on the thickness that you want. I wanted mine to be a little bit thinner because there are so many folds. So this is actually just regular weight copy paper, and then I cut it to be 8x8 inches. In centimeters, that's about 20 by 20 centimeters, but you can use any square piece of paper to do this project. So square paper, regular weight copy paper, everything is good to go. As for the folding, you guys will see this floral paper here. The floral paper is the side that it gets folded on the inside. So whatever design you want where that floral paper is the one that needs to get folded in, and then the other side will be on the outside of your fold. I ended up changing my mind later, so it's not too late if you don't need to decide exactly right now, but for now, go ahead and just fold your paper as shown, corner to corner, perfectly in half. Take your time and make sure you get those lines or the edges aligned, and that is all you will do right now. Then you're going to unfold, and it's hard to see on camera, but I went ahead and hurried and inked it so you guys could see a little bit better. I'm not sure how much it helped, but you can kind of see that middle line, and you're just going to fold your bottom corner up to that line. Just try to make sure everything is parallel and nice and even, and we are actually going to cut that triangle off. You can use a pair of scissors, or I'm going to show you a cool trick that I actually learned on my zippy cutter. So if you have a zippy cutter, then this is a great method. You simply line your fold up on your cut line. You guys probably already knew this. I did not. Especially if it's hard to see on paper, it's hard to see like where you're cutting, but you fold down and then line it up on your cut line, and then you're good to cut it, and it gets you that cut exactly where you want it. And don't throw that triangle that you just cut away. We're actually going to be using it. So at this step, it's really crucial that you decide which pattern you want on the inside and which pattern you want on the outside. So I put my dark paper on the inside, which means that it'll be where that floral paper was, that pretty bright colored floral paper. And then just to make sure I did it the exact same as my other one, I lined up the one I already made, but you can kind of fold wherever. You want to just make sure it is somewhat resembling a square. It doesn't need to be perfect at all. And then you want to just make sure that this corner and that corner end up being straight across from each other. So that helps you get a good, beautiful fold. And then once you find where that is, go ahead and increase your lines. And you might notice that I do have a little bit of overhang, just a tiny, tiny bit. You might have a lot, you might have a little, but either way, we're just going to trim it off. And we are also going to open it up, and you'll see that there was a little bit of overhang on the inside as well. I'm just going to trim that off to make matters a little bit easier. Okay, and now I'm going to ink my new fold lines. Depending on what paper you're using, you might not have to do this, but light paper I definitely recommend inking. And now I want to show you guys two different ways that you can kind of finish this project off. Number one is to grab those extra side flaps and you can actually tuck them into each other. Just make sure that you have the one in front that you want in front and vice versa. But yeah, you just tuck it in, no glue required. It's kind of a quick way to finish it off. And then if you want, you could glue that bottom edge. Or you could, which is what I'm going to be doing today, is you're just going to glue them down from the get-go. So that's what I'm going to do. I am using art glitter glue to just do a thin line right across the bottom, then folding one edge down, then another thin line across the bottom again, and you fold your last edge down, and that just will make it so the items inside can stay inside securely. It's really cute, and you have so many pockets in this one little project. Okay, now it's time to grab that extra triangle from before. Here is mine, and as you can tell, I'm going to layer it on the front. This step is totally optional, but I love layering and I love incorporating more designs and more paper. So all I have to do is just trim a little bit off. You can measure, I just like to eyeball it, and because either way, I don't know, it just kind of turns out and looks really, really cute, and you're just going to glue that down. And one little fun idea if you want is you could leave that third side open, unglued, so that side right there, and leave it open as another tuck spot or a pocket, but I have enough for what I'm wanting to do, so I'm just going to glue the entire thing down. And that pretty much finishes up our base, but I am going to embellish on this video for you guys and give you some fun little ideas. So my very first thing I do is to the left, out of screen for you guys, I actually have all of my matching stuff set out, and I like to just play around and see what looks best with the colors and just come up with something cute. So that's what I do, and then I lay it out in general where I want it, and then it is time for assembly. For this next portion, I just really like how I laid those flowers out, so I just made sure to try and get them in the same spot as before. And these are overhanging flowers, so you don't need to add glue on anything that's overhanging. And then of course you have to add some tidbits on for lots of extra little detail. I truly think that those little tiny tedious pieces to cut out make the biggest difference and are so stinking cute once you have them on your projects, because it just makes it look so detailed and cute. I added this little belly band onto this piece of ephemera and just tucked this bright pink thing under. I thought it was just super cute and just another extra fun detail. And then I added on some smaller elements, this little piece of ephemera and that kind of maroon colored tag, which I did add a little bit of a string on just to mix the media, mix the media up, add some other texture in there. And there we go, that is it. This one is all done and ready to be put into a journal, as well as this one. And it's so fun that these are from the same kit, but have two different styles completely. There we go. I adore them both and think that I could make a million of these and each one would just be so unique. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I adore one-page wonders and think they're just really exciting to share with you guys. So if you want the exact same kit that I have, it is actually a digital version called Rosewood Estate, and you can get it in one of two ways. I'll have everything linked in the description of this video. You guys are the best. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you in our next video. Goodbye.